Good morning, everyone. Okay. I just woke up. I need to leave for work in about 20 minutes, but I am going to do something that I saw Heidi do recently, which is basically where she goes through each shelf of books and she picks out her one favorite from that shelf, and then she keeps going until she finds like a little handful of books, and then she finds her ultimate favorite out of those books. It might be a tag. If it is, I will link more information below. But yeah, I'm going to do only fiction today. Okay, I do somewhat apologize for poor lighting. It's practically the middle of the night. I mean, it is 7 a.m., but that doesn't mean much in Michigan. Okay, so this is the first shelf, and like already there is going to be a major problem because I'm seeing a whole bunch I love, and then it's also double stacked, which adds to the problem. So I loved A Man Named Doll, Handmaid's Tale, like ultimate classic, Heart Goes Last. Like, people need to read this. It's not as popular, obviously, as The Handmaid's Tale. Actually, I like it more. The Dumb House is amazing. Kindred is amazing. Planet of the Cave Bear is pretty solid. All right, what's back here? I have no idea. Okay, like, I know you can't see, but Ready Player One, love that. Room and The Pull of the Stars. Oh, this is a really good one no one talks about. The Time Between. Oh, you can't see it, sorry. The Time Between, and then also Manhattan Beach. Okay, I think at this moment, I'm gonna go with The Dumb House, but any other moment could be something else. Next shelf, also double stacked, so we're gonna have to figure this out. To the Deep Dark Beyond. So I think it's interesting the way the bookshelves are organized that forces you to make certain choices, because that's kind of the whole thing, right? You have to pick one from each shelf. And this collection that happens to be together on this shelf, like, I love a lot of these, but they just weren't like as difficult as the first shelf. So what I picked from this one is also something that not a lot of people have read. The Wildlands by Abby Jeannie. I forgot how to say her last name. She's amazing. I met her. This book is just like so fast paced, and yet there's a lot of discussion stuff you could have with it as well. All right, next up, another double shelved shelf. So Mariana, freaking love this. This is one that Sarah recommended to me, and I'm so glad I read. 11/22/63. Looks dusty. Anyway, love that. The Poisonwood Bible. And then the back of Beyond. Okay, I think I am going to go with 11/22/63. That one was just so good, and I felt like I was there. Like, the food writing and everything in here was just so amazing, and I felt like I was there and like wanted to be there. All right, and the next shelf. Okay, I really loved the Thornbirds. I think that this one is no contest, though. Oh, I really loved Unsheltered. This one is no contest. I'm choosing A Woman of Endurance. Okay, we have reached another shelf that is a huge problem, and I'm not going to remove the cards because I can see around them, and that is just too much this early in the morning. But I'm seeing Lila by Marilyn Robinson, which made me feel just absolutely amazing. Delphi was good. And then we have The Last Thing You Surrender, which I feel like, how can I possibly pick anything else? But then we also, have Elena Knows, which was amazing. And then, if you guys don't know, I'm an Ann Patchett super fan, so that is a problem. But then we have the one, maybe I am taking down the card, that nobody has read, and I think everyone needs to read, and I loved it so freaking much, about the sex scandal and the church, and about a nun that's investigating past crimes. This is the clear winner, even though, like, there are so many 5-star books also on this shelf. All right, here's the next shelf. I'm noticing already that there are some books that might not have a lot of like profound ideas, but that were just super entertaining. So I'm mainly looking at like the Simone St. James books. Like I freaking love these. Like these were so much fun just to be in and so fast paced. Like I know that if I pick one of these, they're not going to make it to my final cut just because they didn't have a lot of like profound messages or anything in them. But gosh, I love these. I think for this shelf, I will pick the Sundown Motel. All right, another shelf where I am going to have a problem. So we have My Name is Lucy Barton, which is my ultimate favorite Liz Strout book because it made me feel so seen. We have The Secret History, which I loved. This is a signed copy, which I think is pretty unusual, so that's kind of cool. But I didn't love this one as much as The Secret History. Lonely Castle in the Mirror. I love this one so much. This is about like mental health and anxiety in teenagers, and it has some magical realism and stuff. It's just absolutely amazing. The First Day of Spring, I loved so much. I mean, really, I love these ones too. Cutting for Stone, I have so many quotes from this book. And then obviously Sarah Waters is good too, but I'm totally going with Lonely Castle in the Mirror. Also recommended to me by Sarah from Your True Shelf, by the way. Okay, last shelf. I'm torn between Nickel Boys and Mouth to Mouth. Actually, what's interesting about these two is they both have similar sorts of things going on as far as like them both being literary, but then all of a sudden there's like a shock, like some sort of like a twist that you didn't see coming. I hope that's not a spoiler for either. These are the books that actually have a shot at being chosen for the final cut. I removed some of them that were obviously not going to make it. So what I like about all these books though is I think that there are readers and then there are like capital R readers. And if you are a capital R reader, you may have heard about these books, but the general population hasn't really heard about any of these, honestly. The Dumb House is a classic, so I think more people have probably read it. A Woman of Endurance is something that definitely more people need to read. Like nobody has heard about it. Unless you're on BookTube. Like I'm talking about like just like your average person like that reads like only the Reese Club picks or the Jenna books or whatever. And then we have The Sacrament, which literally no one is talking about even on BookTube. Lonely Castle in the Mirror, which is absolutely amazing and deals with super, super important topics. And then Mouth to Mouth, which did get more attention recently because it was on, I forgot what the name of the prize is, but like the Canadian book prize, like for the year. This made the shortlist. I know for sure it was on the long list. I don't know if it also made the cut to the short list or not. But I think I'm going to have to go with The Sacrament because there are very few people that have read this. And I keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. And I love it so much. Okay, so I really have to go to work or I'm going to be late with a capital L. But I did want to read the little blurb on this one, the synopsis. And then tell you whatever else about it that I remember, like, from my memory. A young nun is sent by the Vatican to explore allegations of misconduct at a Catholic school in Iceland. During her time there, on a gray winter's day, a student at the school witnesses the school headmaster, Father August Franz, fall to his death from the church tower. 2 decades later, the young student, now a grown man haunted by the past, calls the nun back to the scene of the crime. Seeking peace and calm in her twilight years at a convent in France, she has no choice but to go on a trip to Iceland again. A trip that brings her former visit to Iceland, as well as her years as a young woman in Paris, powerfully and painfully to life. During her time in Paris, she met an Icelandic girl whom she has not seen since, but whose acquaintance changed her life. A relationship she relieves, all while reckoning with the mystery of August Franz's death and the abuses of power that may have brought it on. So this is kind of like two timelines going back and forth in the book, where it's the nun in like her younger days investigating the sex abuse scandal and stuff like that, and then it's also her going back to meet with this boy turned man again, and it's very literary. Olaf Olafsson is amazing at just like bringing up just like all these ideas for people to think about and consider and reflect on and have discussions with other people about. But this is also like very well written as like a mystery of sorts, and like twists and all the stuff that like a plot driven person like myself loves, while also having that depth in it. And I have read other Olaf Olafsson books that I have absolutely loved, but I don't think a lot of people read him, and that is a problem. He writes sometimes in Icelandic and sometimes in English, and they are translated into both languages, but which one he starts with just kind of depends on the book. Anyway, I'm super late for work, so I'll talk to you guys later. Oh my gosh, my massage is done. I feel amazing. Apparently, I look like death. I apologize, but so I'm gonna go home, make dinner, and I think I'm just gonna wrap up this video, and then I'll have the rest of the evening to read, hopefully finish my book so I can talk about it tomorrow, and then watch you all in your Vlogmas. So yeah, I'll check in tomorrow on Friday. Bye guys.